But first you have to drink from the cup of knowledge.
Oh, sick!
Huh? Hey! At the end of the month of August 2025, I will be 23 years old. I'm really getting up there, you know? I know older people hate when people my age say that I'm getting old or whatever. But I am. This is like, I'm no longer a kid. I haven't been a kid for a good minute, but now, 23. That's a big number. 23 is the age where there's really no excuses anymore, or at the very least, the excuses look really bad on your part. I gotta start looking at apartments and houses now. I gotta start saving up for an apartment and a house now, because 23, that's the age where older adults look at you like, wow, you still live with your mom? I tell you, this is not where I thought I was gonna be at the age of 23. I still live with my mom. I'm not too happy about my career choices. I still don't get bitches, and I'm still trying to make this YouTube career work out, which is equivalent to a homeboy sending you a SoundCloud link. But even though I'm not where I want to be right now in life, one thing that always makes me feel better is I'm not doing as bad as these losers. Regular Show came out in 2010. I was 8 years old when this show premiered. And I still watch it like it was yesterday. And it's still incredibly popular to this day. You know, I say that I'm doing better than these losers, but honestly, they got this adult shit worked out way better than I do. They have jobs, they moved out, they have a place to chill out after work, they have friends they actually go on trips with, they go on adventures. Shit I actually wish I could be doing right now. And now look at me, sitting in my room, in my underwear, talking to a microphone about a cartoon made for children that premiered over 10 years ago. I still live with my mom. The only time I take trips with my friends is when we go take a trip to their plug's house. And third places are kind of a thing of the past now, with staying in your room with the lights off. Doom scrolling has replaced the need to hang out at a cafe or a mall. Granted, it costs a lot less money to doom scroll than it does to go outside where you gotta pay for parking and pay for food. So I guess I can't complain too much about that. Me growing up primarily on cartoons and not too many live action shows, some, but not a lot. Compared to my other peers in school, they watched more of Disney Channel and they couldn't wait for high school. I always knew high school was gonna suck because it's school still, but I couldn't wait to be an adult. I think Regular Show is the only cartoon on Cartoon Network to have adult characters, main characters, in modern day. Does Johnny Bravo count?
I need some money to buy a car.
If you want a car so badly, why don't you get a job?
I guess Johnny Bravo counts. I guess we can count Johnny Bravo. But we're not talking about Johnny Bravo. So when watching this show, seeing them hang out after work, hanging out during work, hell, they're always constantly doing something. The biggest joke around Regular Show that everyone knows is that they do something incredibly normal and mundane, then it turns into something incredibly crazy. Which yeah, that's where the plot and humor comes from. But yo, I wanted to do all the cool stuff they would do beforehand, before shit got crazy. Like, you know, I wanted to start a band, I wanted to go golf cart racing, I wanted to go to crazy concerts, I wanted to wager my life against stupid shit, I wanted to have constant movie nights with my friends, I wanted to do Jackass-style videos and post them online, pull awesome Halloween pranks, travel to do other cool shit in different locales. Dude, I couldn't wait to be an adult, because as a kid, I had no responsibility, no life experience, or money. But now, I am an adult. And I still don't have any fucking money! Like, I was under the impression that if you had at least one job, you'd be fine for the averageness of, like, everyday life and the fun splendors of life. What the fuck did I just say? I'm thinking once I'm finally out of high school and I get some sort of job, I can do all this crap that my family said I could. You know, even though I can't do any of this stuff that I've seen only on TV, it's still fun to watch. And to learn from. I think Regular Show is the #1 show I've learned the most out of, like, from any other show. Not like educationally wise, but for life. Like, for one, it showed me that swearing wasn't that big of a deal, since they did it in front of a child audience. And two, to have your priorities straight, and to not bend backwards for somebody. Like a woman. There's way more to talk about at this point, since it happened a lot, like outside of just Regular Show. But speaking of just Regular Show, me not yet being too into girls, it really showed me all the dumb things dudes will do for some lady pecs. Regular Show was the first show I ever seen where dudes will bend over backwards to do what a girl wants out of them. Because of this, I hear a lot of people on the internet say how much they hated Margaret, and I never really got that hate. Yeah, sure, she was a bland character in the first few seasons, but at the same time, she didn't really do anything wrong. It was more of all Mordecai going out of his way to do something he didn't need to. People act like Margaret was entitled to Mordecai's attention, which no, that's not how that works. With there being so many idiots in the cartoon community, I'm very happy we can all come together to agree that Mordecai was a bitch-ass nigga when it came to women. Like the episode, It's Time. What do you mean, dude? How pussy can you be to ask a girl out to a movie? You don't even do anything on movie dates. You meet up, you watch the movie, then you go home. There are a lot of other episodes in this show that I can use for example, but I only bring up this episode so I can bring up this little scene.
I didn't! I just wanted to see Zombie Dinner Party with my bro, who flaked on me for some girl who doesn't even know he exists!
I'll kill you!
A couple years ago, this scene got big on Twitter again, and everyone was saying, wow, Mordecai really killed this man over some coup? No! No! He killed him because he was rage baiting him, dude. What? I always hate seeing that on Twitter, like seeing like a clip of a cartoon and then someone straight up lying in the captions about what happened, and then people are like, oh man, I forgot about that, because they haven't seen the episode in like 10 years. But yeah, including that episode, Mordecai was an amazing example of what to do and what not to do when it comes to women. We can all call Margaret a slut because yeah, why is she dating so many men at the old, mature age of 23? But honestly, going for Mordecai, what did Mordecai bring to the table?
Oh hey, have you met my new boyfriend, Angel?
Come on, baby. We don't want to be late for our dinner reservations.
Oh yeah. See you guys. Oh, Angel, you have such a great voice.
Yeah, see, this is fake. This isn't real. See, I have a pretty good voice. This is what they don't tell you. You have to be able to sing and be attractive. You gotta have both. You can't just have one. It's cool for me to say that I've actually grown up with Regular Show, and now I'm at the age when these characters were when the show started. And with the long run date of 7 years, I grew up and developed alongside these characters. Like when I was a kid, people used to call me Rigby all the time based on my hostile demeanor.
Stop talking! Stop talking! Stop talking! Shut up! Stop talking! Stop talking!
And yeah, they were right. But Rigby at the end of the show turned out to be a pretty nice guy. A high school diploma, a girlfriend who actually loves him, and friends that support him. So eat it, kids back in junior high, cause just like Rigby, look at me now. My family calls me weird about it, but dude, I actually care about these stupid fucking characters. I never thought I would care about a character like Skips, but they gave him a pretty cool background. With certain shows, I have to go back and think, do they plan on having this really cool character be as developed as they have him now? Or is this just a cop-out to have a pretty cool story later on? Either way, it worked for me. As long as the story's good, who cares? They definitely copped out a lot though. Like Thomas being a secret agent Russian spy, the second time Margaret came back and now there's another romance plot. People on the internet always say Mordecai messed up so badly picking Margaret over CJ and then losing CJ, which I 100% agree with. But me personally, maybe because I don't watch too many of the latter seasons of Regular Show in my leisure, outside of Cloudy J being so pissy and having anger issues, I don't really see her and Margaret being too different of a character. Like Margaret and Mordecai had a friends with benefits thing going on, then she went to college, then CJ came in, then Margaret came back, and then CJ left because she realized that Mordecai was definitely not emotionally mature enough to have a relationship. Cloudy J being so pissy, start becoming friends again, nothing too heavy, but pretty much how it was beforehand, as if nothing really changed. I didn't really care for a lot of CJ's episodes, because so many of them was her being pissy, getting angry at something, and then a lot of the episode's problems were people not being able to communicate with her with that dumbass,
No! It's a tragic misunderstanding that could have been really easily avoided if he just finished his sentence in time!
logic. This didn't happen every CJ episode, but it happened enough to where when I would see CJ in an episode, I would prefer another Regular Show episode. And then that was it. We never see CJ again, but we see her. They put her in like 1 or 2 clips where she's just chilling, living her life outside of the group. Why would y'all do that? Is that just to put in our minds? Hey, yeah, never happening again. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and kill that dream for y'all now. It's not happening, which is messed up. But through all that, it did show Mordecai realizing he doesn't exactly need to be in a relationship. His character growth coming from he doesn't have to pull Mordecai's anymore. He just needs to be himself. See, I went back to the main talking point. You see what I did there? Other than High Five Ghost's little itty bitty romance arc with that one blue hair girl, I didn't really care for anyone else's character development in the show. I don't care what good deed he does. I will always hate Muscle Man. You know, don't give a fuck about Benson's love life. You're gonna go out with this basic bitch Pam. Maybe I would change my mind if I actually knew all what happened on the regular show's 8th final season, but I didn't watch all of it. Maybe it was because when that episode came out, I was deeply into my schoolwork around that time and I barely ever watched TV at that point. Also because the 8th season was just not that good. After prioritizing only a few of the episodes in that season and not liking them, I said I'm just not gonna watch the rest. I was so dumb though. I still can't believe that I didn't know that that was gonna be the last season on how the prior season had left off. But when I found out that this was gonna be the last season, I did take my time to sit down and watch a few of the episodes so I can make sure that I know what happens on the very last episode.
This can't work, Pops. The minute you let me go, I'm gonna blast you into nothing.
I know, so I'm not going to let go.
What? Ah?
Look, I'm gonna piss some people off. The finale was definitely a cop-out as well. The whole entire character and the arc of Anti-Pops was not created, I don't believe was created until the very minute they had to pitch season 8. I feel like if they did something like involve Clorgbane or something like that, where not even him being the main antagonist, but to where we could say, oh, okay, this all comes back, then yeah, that would have worked for me, but this Anti-Pops, out of nowhere, this whole backstory, Pops is secretly an alien from planet Wimbuck Bar. I'm supposed to be like, yeah, that makes sense. But legitimately, even with that, I still believe that this ending was perfect. Not exactly with the writing of the story per se, but with the fan service and the very, very, very satisfying ending. Out of all shows or movies ending, that's always what I want for the final episode and or the last final like 10 minutes of the movie, to see like the rest of their lives go forward. I always love seeing that at the end. Seeing that even though Pops is fucking dead, they all still went off to do their own things, live their own lives, and they're all still friends. I wish my friends were still around. They all joined a cult in Minnesota. Yo, I tried to keep it funny at that part in Junk, but I'm searching through footage, and even though I've seen the ending like 10 times already, I still get teary-eyed seeing the ending of this shit. Oh my god. You know that awful, melancholy, bittersweet feeling when you end a movie or a TV show? Like you're finished and now you know, wow, it's it. Nothing new is ever coming back from it again. That's never really left for me. I mean, watching the early seasons, yeah, I'm fine. But when I start watching like season 7 episodes, knowing what's finna come next, that drowning feeling hits me again. Close Enough was cool and gone forever, but that feeling of regular show would never leave me. And in this world of reboots and remakes, I didn't really want one, but I wouldn't mind one. You know what I mean? But Spencer, they are bringing. I know they're bringing it back. I was making a transit. Regular show Lost Tapes has been greenlit for like a year now, and apparently it's going to be more adult oriented with the original crew back and everything. Well, from what I've heard, a few of the original crew. Information for this is still incredibly scarce. But yo, regular show's coming back soon. Maybe it'll be in POC form. From what I've heard, it's gonna be in the perspective of Pops looking back at some of the old adventures they did while he's in heaven looking at the tapes of regular show. So apparently it's gonna take place in between, like around, I would say season 2 to 5, where not too much character development had happened. It going back to the basics, 44 episodic stories, like how it used to be. Again, it's very little information has been told about this. No trailer or anything like that. I don't even think JJ Quintella's went out and said anything, but we know it's happening. Even if it isn't that, and it's more of a continuation on how their lives have been growing up, I would still want that. As long as I get to see these characters that I've grown up with, I'll be happy. Oh, dude, I can't wait. They're probably gonna replace the cola and the wings for actual beer and alcohol. And instead of like Mordecai being a douche trying to get a kiss from Margaret, it's gonna be him trying to get laid. Like, Rigby, dude, I need help. Why? What? Dude, I can't get it up. Get what up? Your high score in Strong Johns? No, dude. I'm at Margaret's house and she wants to do things, you know? And I'm so nervous. I can't. Dude, seriously? Margaret's finally gonna let you do it and you're gonna pull a Mordecai now? Really? Not helping, dude. You know who else gets so nervous that she can't get it up? Muscle Man! Get off the line! I've seen this before, Mordecai. You're gonna have to figure out a way to get away from Margaret so you can climb the mountains of the Philippines. There you'll find the ultimate blue chew. Not only does it last more than 4 hours, but I'll have you hung up. But no matter what direction they go to, I'm excited for it. I'm really not happy with the way things are going right now, with a lot of TV shows and movies being rebooted only for nostalgia's sake, but I like that what they're doing now, like the new Fiona and Cake, getting the properties that the people grew up with and making the characters grow up alongside their audience. That's awesome. I love that. And eventually that will become terrible with the next few reboots, but I'm happy what they're doing now. And even if the reboot sucks, which I'm sure it won't, but even if it does, it'll just be nice to see my old friends again. At least just for one day.
Jolly good show.